Bray. It's a bad news situation, bro. It's a bad news situation. It's terrible news. It's terrible news, Bray. People, listen, we got some bad news, man. Riyad Mahrez has been sold by Manchester City. Breaking news coming out just now is that Manchester City have agreed a deal to sell Riyad Mahrez. The deal to sell Riyad Mahrez will be valued at £26 million, with a total of another £4 million, taking it to 30 should certain add-ons be met, at which point we don't know what the add-ons are. Riyad Mahrez is set to sign a deal with Al Ahly tomorrow, or set to undergo a medical with Al Ahly tomorrow, signing a 3-year contract with the football club. Riyad Mahrez's time at Manchester City, ladies and gentlemen, is over. Gutted, bro.
I'm gutted, man. I'm gutted. I mean, like, I feel like I have no right to be this gutted that this news has come out because we've known it's happening for ages. But you know, when you actually see it and it just hits, you're like, oh, it's real. Like he's actually going. And you know, the traveling squad for the Asia tour just came out. His name is not on it. There was photos of him and a few of the players out for dinner last night or a couple of nights ago. It seems like that was now a farewell dinner for Riyad Mahrez. It's the end of an era for Riyad Mahrez. You know, what a player, what a servant. So many goals, so many trophies. I'm just gutted, man. I really am gutted. I really liked Riyad Mahrez, but they've got a steal, man. Al Ahly have got a steal. This is a bargain, absolute bargain for a player of Mahrez's quality. 35 million euro package for someone who's still playing at the level he is consistently. Fair dues, man. Fair dues.
I know. Just to reiterate what's going on here, guys. Manchester City have now agreed a deal, a total agreement reached with Al Ahly to sell Riyad Mahrez for 30 million euros plus 5 million euros in add. I don't know why it's in euros because neither England nor Saudi Arabia use euros, so I'm not entirely sure why it's being reported in euros. But it's 30 million euros fee, which is 26 million pound, and then 5 million pound in add-ons is around 4 million. So it's about 30 million quid. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real with you. I think that's low, in my opinion. I've seen a lot of people say this is a good deal. Listen, in my opinion, yeah. Let me tell you something about Riyad Mahrez. Yeah, these are his stats, bro. 15 GNA in 1900 minutes last season. 16 GNA in 1500 minutes. This is all Premier League. The season before. 15 GNA in 1800 minutes the year before that. 23 GNA in 1900 minutes before that. This guy, as you said before, bro, he's an output machine. I know people can say, Alex say he's 32. I know he's 32. I know his age, but the guy's still scoring goals, man. He's still scoring goals, still getting assists at the highest level. Last year was apparently a bad year for him. Have you seen his numbers from last year? You've seen his numbers from last year? They're still very, very good. You know what I mean? 15 goals, 13 assists. I genuinely think, I'm not asking for a lot more, by the way. I just think like 35, 40 million quid. And people are like, oh, no, but it's only 55 million. It is only 5 million. And the reason I'm banging on about it is probably because I'm fucking gutted, boys and girls. You know what I mean? I'm absolutely deviled. I didn't want this guy to leave, man. I was repping him early last season when everyone was slagging him off, bro, saying, oh, Mahrez is finished last season early. I was like, nah. I was backing him, man. I was like, nah, I'm telling you, he's going to come clutch. And he did. He ended up with some good numbers. I'm gutted, man.
I'm gutted, man. You're only as old as you're playing, and he wasn't playing. Like his age, he was playing like he was still well able to hack at the highest level consistently. I'm gutted. I really am gutted. He's a top player, and he has been. He's one of the most consistent players in Premier League history, in my opinion. Longevity wise, you're talking 5-6 years of just consistent quality from Riyad Mahrez. So I would have been looking towards more 40 and upwards in terms of package, 40 and upwards. But they've got him for a steal. Man.
Yeah, it's annoying. As per various, Riyad Mahrez was granted permission to miss Manchester City's pre-season tour after Al Ahly met the club's valuation of the 32-year-old player. And you can see there from the list below that Riyad Mahrez is not on the official 25-man pre-season travelling squad to Japan. Riyad Mahrez has played his last football match for Manchester City, bro. And it's he went out with a bang, he went out with a treble. And 5 Premier Leagues in total for him. African Cup of Nations. Champions League winner. Not a bad career, but I'm telling you, man, it's... I think that people might look back on this in a couple of months' time and go, we might be missing him a little bit. Just because of his output, man. He guarantees goals and assists.
Especially in the Champions League, man. When we get to those later stages of the Champions League, when we were doing previews for Bayern and Real Madrid, we were all kind of leaning towards Mahrez a lot. We were all bringing his name up a lot, saying, he's kind of trustworthy. I know Bernardo ultimately got the nod, but even just us as fans, we just trust Riyad Mahrez in that competition in the later stages of the season. So it could come back to bite us in the arse, but where do we move from here is kind of it now. I want the club to act fast. I don't want any big, long transfer sagas. I don't want any, today this is happening, tomorrow that's happening. I want the club to act fast, replace him quickly. I want whoever is to come in and replace him, because there has to be a replacement. I want whoever is to come in and replace him to have time to train with the squad, hopefully play a pre-season match or two. I don't want to leave ourselves, behind or possibly have a slow start when competitive football begins because we don't act quick enough when losing important players. Riyad Mahrez is a really, really important player, and he offers so much, and we have to go and replace that. So I want the club to be strategic and pragmatic in the way they do this. I really hope they do it quickly, man. This is this is where Cheeky earns his money, man. You know, we're going through somewhat of a rebuild now, losing Gundogan's, possibly Walker's, Mahrez, potentially Bernardo's. This is where the people at the top of the table earn their money and show that they're capable of spearheading a rebuild for the club. So that's all I want to see. Listen, I love Riyad Mahrez. I met him twice. I met him once in the airport. I met him in Manchester City Centre. He was always a pleasant enough fella. I know he likes his privacy, but he was always pleasant enough. And he's a super, super player. And what a servant for Manchester City too. We don't win that treble. We don't win all those leagues over the last 5 years without Riyad Mahrez. And that's just a fact. So listen, I do wish him the best. I put up a tweet before we went live. I wish him the best. You know, from his perspective, like you said, he just won the treble. He's won the AFCON. He's won Premier Leagues with Leicester and Man City. Go get your bag, mate.
Yeah. Big up to say, why are we still getting finessed when selling players? Well, funny you say that, because it appears that this transfer has really split City fans on whether or not it's a good deal or not. I put a poll up in the chat, so if you've not already had your vote in the poll, then feel free to whack it. I'll leave it there probably for the entirety of the stream so you guys can vote. Mahrez being sold for £26 million, 30 million quid if you included his add-ons, but at the moment we don't know what his add-ons are, so who knows if that's going to be met. Good deal or bad? 46% of people say it's a good deal. 54% of people say it's a bad deal. So yeah, you guys are pretty split down the middle about whether or not this is a good deal or bad deal. Do you think it's a good deal, bro?
I'm not gonna be fuming over it. I won't be losing sleep over it, but I don't think it's a good deal. I would definitely not call this a good deal. I think Mahrez is worth more. That's just my own personal. I get people have their own opinions, but my own personal opinion is we could have squeezed them for more, especially when you think about the punters we're dealing with in Saudi Arabia, the money that they're happy to throw around. I think we definitely could have got more. So no, not a good deal, but I'm not going to, start punching walls over it.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I don't think it's a good deal. I think it's a bad deal. I think we could have got more for him. I don't know if we could. I don't know if that's the truth, actually. Could we have got more for him? Maybe not. Who knows? But I think that he's still a 35, 40 million pound player all day long. So I think City were 5 to 10 million quid off their transfer value. But like I say, it's not too much, and it's not one that I'm going to lose sleep over. I'll probably lose sleep over more the fact that he's leaving rather than the fee, because I am devastated about that. Cool Guy says, guys, we need to understand a player of his quality would have been sad not to be part of the important Champions League matches. He must have felt Pep doesn't trust him anymore. Yeah, that's a completely fair comment, bro. Bernardo did find himself playing towards the end of the season, and Mahrez did find himself on the bench a little bit more, but that can happen to any player. And that doesn't mean that this season would be the same. And Bernardo Silva still might leave this football club. So if Bernardo leaves, he would have had a lot more minutes this year. But it's a fair comment. It is a fair comment. If you're missing out on big games, then you are probably going to be a little bit gutted. But that's Pep Guardiola. Nobody is guaranteed a starting spot, man. Nobody.
I think City need to. I know they've already said they're going to double down on Bernardo Silva, but they really need to pull out every single stop to keep Bernardo Silva, in my opinion. I think losing Gundogan, Mahrez, and Bernardo, even keep Walker aside for a sec, but those three alone in one summer, you're not fixing that hole. You're not filling that hole in one summer. It's just not going to happen. Those three players are far too important, far too much experience and know-abouts between them. I think they need to do everything to keep Bernardo Silva. I really, really do.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Well, the rumours are that City are giving big cash to Bernardo Silva, but whether or not he's going to stay or not, who knows? Will he go to Saudi as well with Mahrez? Will he go PSG? That at the moment seemingly are his only two options, PSG or Saudi. I mean, PSG is a bit dead. And, do you really want to go to Saudi Arabia at 28? I don't think he would, but depends how desperate he is to leave City, I guess. So, I don't know. Mr. Hoyle says, Cancelo back in training, can play as a winger. Look, mate, I'm just going to say my opinion on this, and I'm not speaking for City fans, I'm speaking for myself. I don't want to see Cancelo back at City. My own opinion. I'm not going to beef anyone. If you want Cancelo back at City, no problems. You know what I mean? Not to argue with anyone. Like I say, I'm speaking for everyone. I'm speaking for myself, and that's it. And me personally, I'm happy. I'm happy if he leaves on loan, sold, whatever. I just don't want him at City anymore.
Did you see the photos of him back in the CFA today? It looked weird seeing him in the City colours again.
Yeah. Listen, if he comes back in the team, and I'll go back him, and I'm not going to be like, he shouldn't be here. If Pep decides that he's going to be here, and on August No, on September the 1st, when the transfer window closes and he's a Manchester City player, boom, no problem. Forget about it. And I'm like, right, boom, he's a City player. Let's get behind him. But I do think that he should be moved on. But that's just my opinion. You guys, I guess that'll be probably another split one. Keep your votes coming in the poll in the chat, guys. Want to keep on, get as many votes as possible on this deal. Riyad Mahrez has left Manchester City. It's not official yet, but I mean,
Who's
pretty
on his
much
team?
is.
Who's on his team in Al Ali? Who's he got to work with? Do we know? I know they've signed a few players.
Let's have a look. Al Ali Saudi, yeah. See what team they got. How do you find out what players they've got in it? Players. Here we go. I'm not sure, bro. How do you find out who they've signed in it?
Is it Benzema or is it Firmino's team or Benzema's team?
I don't know. I just go on Wikipedia there to find a team, and the teams come up, but there ain't no one like who I know. But that might have been last year's.
Firmino and Neves, Ruben Neves, Firmino.
Well, how do I find that out then? Oh, they got a transfer mark. This will prove how good the league is. Do they have a transfer mark? They do have a transfer mark. Here we go. Right, transferred it. They've got Mendy, Edward Mendy, Robert Firmino.
Alioski.
Who?
Do you remember Alioski?
Who's that?
Defender.
Nah. Oh, Alioski. Wait, do I know him? I don't know if I know him. Yeah, that's it at the moment. But obviously, Mahrez is going there. So they've got a keeper, they've got a striker, they've got a right winger that I know. Yeah, they've got a couple of others from Europe. They've got a guy called Endao from Antalyaspor. He's 26. He's a right winger as well. And yeah, like you say,
Alioski was Leeds.
I feel like I know his name, but I don't really fully remember him, to be honest with you. But I do feel like I remember his name. So yeah, man. Whew. Listen, I'm just saying this. Walker gets announced in the next couple of days, and then Bernardo is still apparently leaving. What's going on here, Tiki? Come on, mate. Give us a deal, Brie. We need an incoming player, man. You know what I mean? Getting nervous. We've got 60 games to play this season, don't you, Tiki Burrow? I mean, what's he doing?
We need the white smoke, bro. We need the white smoke above the CFA.
We ain't got no smoke. We ain't got nothing. We've just got yeah, I don't know. It's do you not think it's a weird transfer window? I think it's like moving weird for City. Like usually, like we're being linked with loads of players, and usually our sales, like we pretty much know who's going, and people who go usually like, yeah, we think it's time. Whereas this one, it's like Walker's going, we don't really want Walker to go. Mahrez is going, we don't really want Mahrez to go. Bernardo might go, we don't want Bernardo to go, and we don't know who we're signing. Like, if I said to you, who is City signing next, you won't be able to tell me a player. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. It's proper weird.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. Like I said, I trust the board. I trust Pep. I trust the process, and that I'm not throwing daggers at anybody. But I'm concerned. I am concerned at the lack of, I don't know, ambition to go and get players. Maybe we don't know what's going on, but it's a lot. It's a lot to process. Outgoings wise, it's a lot to process at once. I mean, back in March, if you told me we've lost Mahrez, we've lost Gundogan, we could lose Walker, and we could lose Bernardo, I'd be saying shit. You better have a good list of names to replace them with, but we don't right now.
Yeah, is it academy season, bro?
No, it can't.
Is it Oscar Bob season? Is it McAtee season?
No.
Why not, Bray? Why not?
No, you can't just give them a season. You can't just give them the pressure after winning a treble and say, right, you go and do that now. It took Mahrez and co 5-6 years to build up to being able to be the beast that they were at the end of last season. We're good. I get it. If that's the route we want to go down, I get it. But there's going to be a dip. I'm not saying it can't come back up with those guys because they are really good footballers. But you expect a dip. Expect a dip because they're not ready for it. They haven't experienced it. They're not built for it just yet. They'll have to go through a lot of rings, a lot of ups and downs to get to the level that we are now at, and we expect. We expect to challenge for Premier Leagues. That's bottom line. Every season, Pep Guardiola as a manager. You expect to challenge for Premier League season in, season out. You just do. That's what we've done now the last few years. You tell those lads you're now the main men, or there's a lot more pressure on your shoulders. Expect them time. They'll require time to get up to that and understand those demands.
Well, Carnivore's got something to say, Brie.
Shut up, Carnivore, mate.
It's funny, man. It's funny.
What do you mean? I'm like City fans love to do this, man. Any sign of just like not positivity or just a little bit of negativity, it's you don't trust Pep. I said I trust Pep. I trust the board, but because we don't know what's going on in the boardroom, I'm just concerned. That's all. A lot of outgoings. It's never nice to see your experience and your successful players leaving. I think that's pretty understandable.
I think it's understandable, bro. I think it's understandable. Right, let's just clarify the fee because there's a lot of confusion in the chat. People giving out misinformation and disinformation and fake news. So, as fact checkers, me and Hugh are here to fact check some people in the chat who are spouting fake news and disinformation. And we are here to fight disinformation. David Ornstein, one of the best City reporters in the game, has said the fee is 30 million euros to plus 5 million euros add-on. So people in the chat, people in Twitterland who are saying it's 30 million pound plus 5 million add-ons, wrong, incorrect based on the current information that we have. You have just been fact-checked. Riyad Mahrez is set to undergo a medical tomorrow, and he's going to sign a contract for 3 years with a 4th year conditional. So, fake news is basically what's going on.
Fake news.
And you got to clamp down on fake news, bro, you know?
Yeah, you do that. You police the fake news.
I will, man. I will. I mean, I know we had a little bit of a chat about, what's his face? Rafinha earlier on. Have we got any more thoughts on sort of where you see this going, bro? Is Rafinha the guy?
I don't know who the guy is. I don't have an obvious answer. Whoever Pep or the board bring in, I trust it's the right decision. But all I want is it to be fast. I want us to get our business done fast. I want us to be in the best condition as a squad. We can be going into the start of the season. I don't want another slow start to the season like we always have. I want to start the season with a bang. We have loads of competitions to play. I want any newcomings to be settled in, gelled, ready to rock, ready to go as best as possible. So whoever they bring in, like Dani Olmo, Rafinha, Neymar, Vinicius, Valverde, I don't fucking know at this stage, man. We'll just have to wait and see.
Bro, just quickly. Yeah, sorry, bro. Just to interrupt. I think we need to fact check the original source of this because
LB's on the case.
Yeah, I'm fact checking. I'm going in. Right. So basically, yeah. Check this out. David Ornstein official Twitter account, yeah, have reached a deal worth 30 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons. Right? You see that? You see that? Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. I've read that right, innit?
30 million euro plus 5 million add-ons, so 35 million package, yeah.
Right, but then if you go to his official article, check this out. This suggests Al Ahly have agreed to sign a deal for Mahrez from Manchester City in a deal worth 35 million, 30 million pounds plus 5 million add-ons. So in his article, he's saying it's 35 million euros plus 5 million add-ons. So it is 30 million plus the 5 million add-ons. So probably about 33 million, 34 million. But then his tweet says something different. His tweet says 30 million plus 5.
And what? The article says 35 plus 5?
The article says 35 plus 5. Look, 35 brackets plus 5.
So 40, reaching 40.
So which is right? Is the tweet right or is the article right?
Chat, man. Get on David Ornstein's case. Guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
I read it wrong, apparently, says Alexander. Well, nah. Please explain how I've read it wrong, innit? How have I read it wrong? Please explain. Which one? This literally says Al Ahly have agreed a deal to sign Riyad Mahrez from Manchester City in a deal worth 35 million plus 5 million in add-ons. I know it's not that deep, innit? But I'm trying to work it out what it is, you know what I mean? So I don't know what it is. And then that says that. So it might actually be 34 million quid, in which case seems pretty chill. Right. Anything else you want to say, Bray?
Farewell, Riyad. Farewell, the Algerian king. Goodbye.
What? Say it again, bro.
Say what again? Farewell.
Say your farewell to Mahrez, bro.
My cat's just escaped. Farewell, Riyad, mate. What a guy.
Farewell, Riyad, mate. Oh my dude, it's funny. Right, guys, leave it there. Manchester City have sold Riyad Mahrez for 30 million quid, maybe 35.
You say your farewell. You say your farewell. Get up on screen. Say
you
goodbye
want
to
me
them.
Well, calm down, Riyad. Do it.
Riyad Mahrez, mate.
Riyad, bro. Listen, Mr. Mahrez. We've come a long, long way through the hard times and the good.
Oh, bars.
I'm going to celebrate you, baby.
End the stream, bro. End the stream.
You know that the tune, isn't it?
I do know the tune. What a tune.
It's a big tune. Now, listen, Riyad Bray, if you're watching, which I know you are, innit? Because I know you're a long-term subscriber. GG's for everything you've done at this football club. Big up for the big goals. PSG free kick will long go down in the memory of all City Extra viewers as possibly the most iconic moment this channel has ever seen. So, my friend, I say to you with sincerity, au revoir, amigo. And hopefully you're getting paid a lot of cash, bro, because you know what I mean? You deserve the cash. Have a good time out there. From all Manchester City fans, we love you. And on that note, make sure you buy Manscaped products. See you later. 85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist, and 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. That's where Manscaped have come in to help us all out, including myself, lads. The Lawnmower 4.0... I'll just quickly, because I forgot the two super chats. Channel YouTube said, City fans will value him later this season. I agree, Bray. And Channel YouTube says, again, with another super chat, LB, you've been a real one. Unbiased, love, goodbye. Big up, YouTube. I'll catch you in a bit. 85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist, and 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. That's where Manscaped have come in to help us all out, including myself, lads. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a trimmer specifically designed with our crown jewels in mind. It has skin-safe technology to reduce those nicks and cuts and gives you the maximum confidence while trimming below the waist. It's also IPX7 waterproof rated, so you can operate in wet or dry conditions. It has a premium 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology and a massive 90-minute battery time, which is supported by its wireless electromagnetic charging function. With the Performance Package 4.0, you'll get the Crop Reviver with witch hazel and powerful odor defense. This keeps your balls protected after a good shave. Crop Preserver with its soothing aloe vera and advanced quick absorbing cream, keeping your balls feeling fresh and hydrated. And the Weed Whacker to trim ear and nose hair. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep you the most groomed man in the room. Use our code XTRA20 XTRA20 at checkout and you'll save yourself 20% off your order and receive free international shipping.